Gemini, hey, what's going on? How are you? My name is Antoine. Welcome to the House of Luminance and to your mid-April 2024 love reading. So, Gemini, let's go ahead and jump right on into it. I don't like to hold you. While I'm shuffling, I just want to thank you so much for your time. I appreciate you clicking here. This energy is going to be for Gemini's Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, as well as any cross watchers of Gemini who just happen to be here in the house today. Okay? These energies are general. So if they don't resonate, then that's okay. Just, you can check out the other messages that I have. There's another love reading here for April as well. It's on the channel. So maybe there's a message there for you. All right. All right. Let's get this last shuffle and then let's begin. Energies for Gemini. Okay. Ecstasy. All right. Gemini. Okay, so quite a pleasurable time for you. Okay, definitely going to be experiencing some sensations, um, whether that's well, it's quite self-explanatory here, right? You're going to be having a good time. Okay, you're going to be having fun. All right, and so that's a good energy to have, right? So let's see here. We also have karmic ties. Alrighty. Well, that just weighed down the fun. Karmic ties, ecstasy. Yeah. Okay. All right. I see a warning here, Gemini, and I'm just gonna go ahead and issue it now because it's coming out. It's like have your fun, but like make sure you protect yourself. Okay. You can be out here doing the things and all that stuff, but make sure that you are protecting yourself. And that's I'm not gonna get preachy anymore, but you can end up with I say that there are three different types of STDs. Okay. There's sexually transmitted diseases, there's sexually transmitted demons, and then there are sexually transmitted dependents. Okay. And you can catch either one. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and pull some clarifying energies here, because at first I really thought this was gonna be really fun, but then it kind of makes me feel like there are consequences, okay, that come with said fun, okay, and so you're just gonna have to be mindful of those consequences, especially when it comes to maybe having you know sexual energies with others. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean that something bad is going to happen because you do it, but I'm just explaining the messages that I hear. Okay. All right, Gemini. Let's go ahead and get some clarifying energies out. Okay, Judgment. All right. The Empress. Knight of Swords. Okay. The Two of Wands. Okay, let me tell you what I feel like, Gemini. It feels like it feels like you're going to be in the energy of dealing with someone who would consider themselves like a smooth talker. Okay. You could be even the smooth talker, Gemini, because you being that air energy, you definitely know how to communicate your words and articulate yourself, right? So this could be that, but it really feels more like something that you're reacting to. It feels like there's somebody that has a lot of smooth words that they're going to be coming in with, and you need to decide what's actually true, what's actually honest, like what's actually like legit. You understand what I'm saying? Something tells me here with this Empress card that it kind of falls, that this might be falling in line with something that your mother or maybe a parental figure had once told you about life and the birds and the bees. And I'm not here to tell you what you should and shouldn't do, because if you're here, then you should be grown listening to this energies, right? So you can do what you want to do. And so, but it feels like what I'm talking about right now, though, it's in alignment maybe with something that you heard from your parent or something that was taught to you from a parent. More, it doesn't have to be your mother, but with the Empress energy, and then based off of what I'm actually talking about, it feels like it was some sort of guidance, right, from a mother figure or a maternal figure of yours. Okay. which is about kind of the ways of the world and just, the birds and the bees and the talk and, all the consequences that could come along with that. Okay. But at the end of the day, Gemini used to, you know what? Did I call y'all another sign? If I did, I'm sorry. But Gemini, at the end of the day here, this is you, right? So you have the Two of Wands energy, and it's up to you to make your choice on the direction and the path that you want to go down. So, and that's fine. And there's nothing wrong with you having a good time. And this doesn't even necessarily have to even be about sex in general. This is just about just having a good time in general. Just try not to overindulge in that because there are consequences to that. Okay. Under the deck is the Nine of Pentacles. So Spirit is reminding you that there is something that you do need to be working on or working towards, something that you may already even be very close to. Okay. And this could be some sort of distraction from that. All right. And you need to stay steadfast is the energy that I'm hearing here, Gemini. Let's go ahead and continue to clarify some more. All right. Last shuffle. Okay, the moon. You can't know everything, you can be taught lessons, right? You can be told lessons. You can be told what not to do, in certain situations, but at the end of the day, it's you and you're the one that still has to make that passage into the unknown. Okay. The King of Pentacles. All right. Okay, the Empress, the King of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands, and then the Eight of Cups. All right, and then under the deck, we have the Page of Wands. So, Gemini, I feel like some of this may be energies that you had already experienced in the past that you, now that it is present day, you may already be kind of linked to some of the karma that occurred in the past, right? It feels like there could have been a situation in the past where, you got involved with someone, um, or you got involved into a situation that did hurt you because you didn't know all of the variables of that situation. There were maybe things that were being withheld from you, which is again maybe something that was told to you again, like, hey, like, make sure you don't be too trusting of people all the time. Not to say that you can't trust people, but don't be, maybe somebody talked to you, don't be too trusting of people all the time, because you still have to be able to do things for yourself, and you still have to not allow people to take advantage of you in a certain way. And it makes me feel like there is an energy where I feel like you did meet somebody who you saw as very stable, very in control of their environment. Maybe they had their money together, maybe they had their businesses together, and you saw that. Okay, but I do get the feeling that there was some sort of hurt, because it's like this person, they made an impression on you, and they know that they made an impression on you, and so they use that to kind of maybe they use that to their advantage, which maybe has left you kind of feeling hung up or feeling stuck or feeling, jilted even. Okay, which left you with no choice but to be able to walk away. But in walking away from this situation, now you still have to deal with stuff. Now, like maybe now you have, certain things that you can't get rid of because of that situation. That's not everybody's story. That's not everybody's story. So just understand that. But there's other things, right? Like maybe now you have things that you can't get rid of, whether that's, like I said earlier, the 3 STDs, uh, diseases, demons, or dependence. Okay. You may have one or all, hopefully not, but there's still some sort of karmic effect that you're having now, that or some sort of karmic consequence that you're experiencing now based off of that in the past. And to tie that back on up to the beginning of this message, time isn't necessarily the construct here. Like, it could be something that you could be experiencing now that in the future you'll still have karmic links to. So I hope that made sense. I hope that makes sense because I think I'm just over explaining it at this point. So also, Gemini, you could be trying to teach maybe the people who come under you the same lessons that were tried to be taught to you. And again, they're going to have to experience those situations out on their own. Okay. This doesn't necessarily make me feel like this is like a love message, but it does make me feel like, there was a moment of passion and heat, right? Uh, but there were some consequences of that. Okay. And those consequences are going to be individual to you. Um, but I think that the positive side of this energy, though, is the fact that you've been able to get out of that, or you will be able to get out of that and find new direction. And you're also going to be able to pass down those lessons that were taught to you, that even though you had to experience them on your own, you're still able to pass that down to those under you. Okay? So let's go ahead and pull some more cards. Let's pull from the Signs of Spirit Love Oracle to see if there's anything else that Gemini needs to be aware of. Anything that's going to be standing out to Gemini, okay? That Spirit wants you to know. Okay? Spirit wants you to know a lot. All right, so we have coins, support. All right, so you are being supported, Gemini, all right? You're not being, well, we knew that you would be supported, right, with this King of Pentacles energy. So that just kind of speaks to that as well. So like if you're, oh God, like if this person is paying child support, then it's going to keep coming. Or if they're not paying child support, then they will be. All right. So listen, so then we also have the color red, passion, anger, courage. I feel like there's probably going to be all of those mixtures of emotions that you might be experiencing, Gemini, because you're going to be so like deep. Well, first of all, it's the passion that you experience with this person, but then also there may be a lot of anger that you experience knowing that you're going to be the one dealing with the consequences of dealing with this person. And then also on top of that, there's a courage that you're experiencing once you know that you're able to muster up the strength to be able to endure, which, you know, I'm sorry to say it, but I mean, that's just the story of many women that I know. Okay. And I know that there's not, I know that everybody, looks at these messages. So I'm not talking to only the women. But even if like, if say for instance, I mean, if you're a single father, I mean, still, okay. Now, the next two cards that we have here is card 333 and then 222. All right. So Trinity, mind, body, and soul. You are in the zone. Express your true, authentic self. And then it says for the twos, partners and balance. Partnerships and balance. Pay attention to the new people entering your life and take time to balance your time and energy in existing ones. So yeah, so again, before you kind of maybe jump into something too fast with an individual, just make sure that this person is somebody that you know is going to be loyal to you, okay? And then make sure that you're not jumping into it too soon, okay? Kind of, balance your energy with this person, okay? I think with this 333 energy, I think that you have an opportunity here to just really be your true self. All right. There's no other reason for you not to be your true and authentic self. All right. Because you're the one having to sit here and deal with maybe certain consequences of what it is that you endured. All right. Or the choices that you made. And let me go ahead and add this, Gemini. This message is not like to punish anyone or anything like that. Um, this message it's not a punishment type of message. Like it doesn't feel like spirit is punishing you or anything. It's not that. All of our actions and choices have consequences. Okay. Good or bad. Okay. And even in this karmic situation that you may have gotten yourself tied into, I think that there are still beautiful moments that you can live that will come out of it. Okay. It's not all going to be negative. All right. There's a lot of growth, realization, self-realization, and then passing down the torch of knowledge to the people below you as well. Okay. So this is actually a really strong, strong message, Gemini. I'm going to go ahead and let it go here, you guys. Hopefully you understood that. And I'll see you all in the next message. Okay. And take care. Bye.